Okay, you guys. So from there, we got to go ahead and discuss this. No jumper. The cracks are continuing to grow over there. So we already had last week nonsense going on. Almighty Suspect and Poetic Flacco going at it. Suspect calling Flacco a snake, calling him a clown, all type of stuff. He said he don't rock with Flacco. Suspect said that Flacco tried to get him fired. Flacco denied all this, but that was already going on. And of course, I already dropped a video saying that Adam needs to take this stuff more serious, and he being so nonchalant about this and kind of passing the buck. And you need to handle this as if it's more serious, man. You know, you need to handle this, like it's a top priority, because this is your talent. These are the voices on your show, and a lot of them are being upset. A lot of them feel like they're being attacked, and they're voicing this on your shows, man, your platform. They're voicing this to you. They're voicing this with each other, having these conversations. So I can only imagine the conversations being had off camera. Lo and behold, maybe this time Adam22 will take this serious, because he became the victim of a disgruntled employee. So Lil House Phone, I guess this is the first time Lil House Phone and Adam22 have had a real conversation since Adam22 had a transgender woman on his platform, and the transgender woman pretty much exposed Lil House Phone, said they had a sexual relationship. And even though Adam22 tried to edit out all the mentions of Lil House Phone's name in the interview, there was one little clip or one little part that Lil House Phone's name was mentioned, under someone's breath while the transgender woman was talking, and that everybody, picked up on that immediately. So pretty much outed House Phone on Adam's own platform. House Phone's been dealing with that. He went from, making excuses for Adam, not wanting to believe the negativity. But of course, House Phone's woman went off, and House Phone, everybody knows when your woman go off about something, it hits you a little different as a man. You like, well, dang, man, you got my girl talking about this little way. Not to mention, it's probably a little embarrassing for her, given the situation of a man who she assumed was just 100% heterosexual, and now that's coming into question a little bit. Maybe she looking at it a little funny. And House Phone's got to deal with that at home, and he never expected the guy, Adam22, who he thought of as a great friend, who House Phone had really helped build up the No Jumper brand. He probably would have never expected this from Adam. But they had this conversation, and it turned left. House Phone's expressing to Adam that it don't really matter what you intend to do. This is what happened, and it don't really seem like you really coming at it from a real, sincere, apologetic point. It seemed like you're trying to not look like the bad guy. This is what House Phone's saying to Adam22. House Phone's telling Adam, you're trying not to look like the bad guy in the situation, more so than you're really trying to watch out for your friend. Adam22, for his side, is saying that's not true at all. I do care. I never want this to happen. I didn't mean for this to happen. But House Phone's just not taking it. And at one point, House Phone even said he had to talk to his sister about this. So, people been in his ear. And one thing about it is, even if you feel like you can be okay with somebody, when you got people in your ear reminding you of the story, maybe bringing up points you hadn't even thought of, that can get somebody back mad again. You can rile somebody back up against about something, especially if they feel like, and House Phone did not feel, House Phone felt like Adam didn't apologize in a good way. And it was more so about him like, I didn't really mean it or whatever. Which is how I said that Adam be acting. Like, he just be like, I'm sorry it happened. And not really taking it as serious as he should take it. And I do agree with House Phone. The interview should have just never even been aired, period. And House Phone had a cold-blooded line where he said, you sold me out for 40,000 likes. And then Adam was like, that's not true at all. It wasn't like that. House Phone said, it don't matter what it was like or what it wasn't like, what was meant to be, what wasn't meant to be. All that matters is what happened. And I don't think you taking it serious. Adam said he is, but I gotta agree with House Phone, Adam. If you was taking it as serious, man, you would have humbled yourself. You have no humility at all with this whole situation, bro. You still trying to come off like you the boss, and we know you the boss, but this is a dude who really helped your channel, and he needs you just to be there for him as a friend and just be like, bro, I don't know what you need from me. I'm here for you. I'm sorry. Like, completely humble yourself. He trying to argue every point. you know, House Phone is going through their history, their friendship, all the times he took bullets for Adam, all the people who told him to stay away from Adam, Adam a snake. You know, he talking about all the times that, you know, Adam, he felt like kind of was disrespectful to him when he talked about his father beating on his mom, and Adam called his mom a B, trying to make a joke about the situation. You know, it's just a lot of stuff coming up. But what really set House Phone off in this interview is when he started really getting mad at Adam, because Adam just didn't seem like Adam was trying to take accountability. It really did seem like Adam was just trying to, hey, not be the bad guy. And then they talked about his mom passing away and how it hurt House Phone, how, you know, Adam addressed that his mom passed away and kind of talked about it as like, oh yeah, that the mom-ish, like, you know, this in a dismissive tone too. That's the way House Phone took it. And so Adam22 said, how I'm disrespect your mom, I paid for the funeral. That's when it went down, and that's when House Phone got up and threw a drink at Adam and tried to throw another one, and looked like he was ready to not just throw drinks but throw hands. Luckily security came through, split them up. I guess they had a conversation off screen, and everybody that was in that conversation off screen said that was the right way to do it. They was able to communicate with each other. They came back on the platform, talked some more, and it was more love and peaceful. All I gotta say is, I'm happy that this stopped today. But as I continue to say, Adam, you have to take this stuff more serious. And I definitely understand wanting to defend yourself. And if you really believe that you had no ill intent and were really caught off guard, which I think, if you were really caught off guard, Adam, by that transsexual woman coming on there and talking about House Phone after they had already said something about House Phone in like your Instagram or your Twitter comments, if you really were surprised, I don't know, brother, what to tell you, but I'm going to take your word at it. I understand wanting to defend yourself. Like, I'm not this monster, but when you see, regardless of what you intended to do, when your actions cause this much hurt to a friend of yours who's been riding with you on this platform and helping you grow it, you have to humble yourself, man. And I think that if you had came there with a little bit more humility and way more apologetic and a softer tone, I think House Phone and you wouldn't have had to get off camera to talk, and you wouldn't have had to get drinks thrown at you. So I don't know what's going to happen moving forward. It seems like things are cool now, but on No Jumper, you never know what happens next. And if they continue to sweep these things under the rug and don't really address the culture within those offices, bro, it's going to come crumbling down. Hopefully Adam, being in the middle of this whole situation, now lets him know how serious this is. And they have a group meeting, maybe a group vacation or something, where they can all come together and really try to work on being a united front at No Jumper.
It's the WACCast podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack
It's
to me.
the WACCast podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.